Yes, y'all know what it is, man. The Ern and Iso show with no ISO though. Listen, man, y'all get another solo dolo drink with me, but it's always as it is, man. Shout out to Big Bro, shout out to Iso himself. You know what I'm saying? If you hear, man, I ask that you like, rate, review, share, subscribe, all of those good things to show that you appreciate the big things that we do. But this point in the episode will be what I'm like. Nonetheless, let me ask Big Bro, how was your week? How was your weekend? Y'all know how he is, man. You know what I mean? Always blessed, no stress. You know what I mean? So shout out to Big Bro for always being consistent in what he do. This episode right here, y'all, I wanted to rehash from the episode that me and Big Bro did, you know what I'm saying? The Church of the Red Pill. The reason why I want to rehash this is because this is one of the things that it seems like, shout out to the young men that listen to us, you know what I'm saying? That when we do this, y'all listen, but we get a lot of rebuttals. Y'all don't understand, y'all don't know, is this, and we do a lot of content, you know what I'm saying, from money management, dick discipline, you know what I'm saying, purpose building, and if we, and also we, on top of that, we do a lot of, just fun stuff, man, talking about trending topics, sports sometimes, we talk about that. Just in mind, just to let y'all know, bird's eye view will continue. There's a lot of kinks that I'm working out with that, man. Episodes have been coming out, but I guess somebody's been using a name similar to that before me, and now every time I put an episode out, I've been getting the episode taken down because of that, you know what I'm saying? So within the dispute of that, maybe I just do it and change the name, make it something else. But those episodes will still continue as soon as I work out, that workaround. But this one thing, man, this red pill content that we talk against is the one thing that I feel like it has the young men locked, you know what I'm saying, has their mind locked. It build up a community where they feel safe, where they feel heard, you know what I mean, where they don't feel invisible. I'm gonna say like this, one thing I think why me and ISO speak against it, and because in the way our minds is that we feel as though it's damaging, is because we come from an era where you just understand things are what they are. And what I mean by that, like, a man is a man, and that's just is what it is. I'm gonna dig deep into that because I'm not gonna leave it that vague. When I say that, I mean like growing up as a man, you're gonna be faced with not being appreciated for some things that you do, you know what I'm saying? And that just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's an unappreciative, position. When you're a man, you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna do more than your counterpart. Again, that's just the position that you play as being a man. You're gonna be looked at as the provider, you know what I'm saying, within the relationship. As a man, you're gonna be asked to do a lot. That's just what it is. And I think because we older, we just accept that and we don't buck against what is already in place. These are the way that the life is, and we don't fight against, that natural progression. And I think that the next generation up, they haven't been ingrained, let me say like that, yet ingrained into the thinking of this is just what it is, so just accept it. You know what I mean? They want to buck up against it, and you have older men that speak out against it because they may have been in situations where they got burnt, and now the younger men gravitate towards that. So within talking to y'all, you know what I mean, from the Red Pill episode, you know what I mean, I actually put together some talking points on why this content is so popular, so prevalent, you know what I'm saying, and also why it has become a place, you know what I mean, a community, I should say, where people gravitate to, you know what I mean, for comfort. So here we go, man. I got right here. 1, a generation of young men that feel invisible. Many young men today feel unseen, unheard, and unsupported, you know what I'm saying, not just in school, home, or society. Red pill creators speak to the feeling of being ignored and suddenly make them feel like, bro, somebody finally gets me. When you feel invisible, the first person who says it's not your fault becomes the hero. You know what I'm saying? And that is true. You know what I mean? I can understand the feeling invisible, feeling not heard, you know what I mean, sometimes, or if you're older and you're already in a relationship, feeling like I'm only good as the provider. I'm only seen as a provider when the provision that I do add to the relationship stops, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I may be in jeopardy of losing that. You know what I mean? So I do understand what it is to feel invisible, because I'm not just a husband, you know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to my wife. My wife made this little, you know what I mean, centerpiece right here for the holidays, for the festive holidays. You know what I mean? Happy holidays to y'all too. But I think that we overlook the small things, you know what I'm saying? Even though you may feel invisible, I do believe there is a presence that's felt because of you being there, you know what I mean? And the other person, the other party, they know that as well. You know what I mean? Just because they don't always shower you with gifts or shower you with the thank yous and the I love yous, it makes you feel as though I'm doing this for naught, you know what I'm saying? And nobody's appreciative of what I'm doing. I felt like that myself. I'm a father of 5, you know what I'm saying? And collectively, I'm a father of 9. You know what I mean? If you add my stepkids into it, because I don't consider them my stepkids, I look at them all the same. So there have been times when I felt invisible, you know what I'm saying? Being the one that's going out, you know what I mean, working your 9 to 5 job, working another job, you know what I'm saying, to make sure things is good, making sure ends is met. And you feel like these things that I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, it's an unapologetic job. Nobody cares about the work that I'm doing. Nonetheless, like I said, I think me and Iso just came to the realization that this is what it is. And the people that are in that place of receiving the benefits of what you do are, you know what I'm saying, very appreciative of what you're doing. They may not just, you know what I'm saying, always come out and say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For the young men that feel like this, just think about how many times you probably went to your mom and said, Mom, thank you for just being you. So it's not just that we are in a position of feeling invisible, or we're in a position ourselves of an unapologetic job. There are other people in place, other women in the place as well that we neglect as well. But they still continue to do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves mom. We love mom outwardly, but we understand that mom is a full-time job. You know what I'm saying? Day in, day out, nonstop. So even the I love you, mom, how far does that go with an appreciation of what that person does? So you're not the only person that feel invisible, and you're not alone in that. You know what I'm saying? Your presence is being felt. And sometimes in situations, you're not going to, you know what I'm saying, be heard. You're not going to be, I'm not going to say not heard. You're not always going to get the pat on the back. You're not going to get the attaboy. And that exceeds from, because I did right in here, school, home, or society. It also goes into work. A person may feel as though, look, I'm giving you a paycheck, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? That I don't have to come down here every day and tell you that you're doing a good job. You know what I mean? So that's one. Number 2, lack of consistent male guidance. Father's absence is at an all-time high. Even in homes with fathers, a lot of boys aren't getting emotional or practical guidance. So when a content creator online says, let me tell you the truth, they never taught you, it fills that void. It makes the creator feel like a big brother or a father figure, even if the message is toxic, which is true. And this is one thing, this is another form of content that I hate, that we come on and we always spew this hate or this discontent at the generation before us, our fathers and our mothers or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Because we feel as though they did something that we not going to accept, or we feel like they didn't teach us something right now that would help us, you know what I'm saying, that we can utilize in today's time. They did the best that they did with the information that they had. We seem to think like the information that we had on financial literacy, on you know what I mean, like, well, now you can look up anything, credit repair, you know what I'm saying, be it whatever you want to do. This information that's at our fingertips was not a thing at a time when our parents was being raised. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they knew is what they told us. And whatever they thought was the right thing is the information that they gave you. I mean, just like when me and Iso was coming up, the information that was given to you was go to school, get a degree, get a good job, retire. That's the information that we was given. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no information. Well, I'm not gonna say it wasn't no, but the masses that was talking to you wasn't telling you go become an entrepreneur, do this, put your money over here, get an S Corp, you know what I'm saying? Life insurance, use the life insurance money for this. This information was not, you know what I'm saying, something that they had at their fingertips. So we can't be mad at them for the lack of the information that they gave us. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the lack of consistent male guidance, I'm not going to speak on anybody's life to say that that is true. I'm going to speak on mine. Me and Iso grew up, you know what I'm saying, in the area where it was a gang of, you know what I'm saying, older gentlemen, that was around us, you know what I'm saying? From if we was playing football on the block, they would come down, you know what I mean? Or we had those off the porch OGs, you know what I'm saying? They come down, they play steady QB, you know what I mean? They would call us over if they felt like we was doing something wrong for correction. So sometimes we want, because this is what this generation wants, we want the day-to-day conversation, you know what I mean, with what's going on, and this is how you're supposed to do this, and don't do that. Sometimes, and I believe that now, because times is hard, man, you know what I mean? People working 2 jobs and still can't stay afloat. They working 3 jobs and they barely keeping afloat, you know what I'm saying? So at a time like this where there are males around, they operate out of watch what I'm doing rather than let me sit around and tell you what I'm doing, because time is of the essence, and some of them don't have the time to even sit down and talk to you. And some of the ones that do sit down and talk to you, are we respecting what they say? Because we are in the show me, we are a show me culture, you know what I'm saying? You got to show me that you got something for me to even listen to you. If I see that you don't have nothing worth, you know what I mean, what I want, I don't even want to hear the conversation. And this is how we are. We neglect the person's background. We neglect where a person from. It could be a bum on the street, and you don't know this man could have been a 6-figure, close to 7-figure earner, but he made a wrong move, and now this is his life. So he could be telling you something to steer you away from where he went, but you're looking at his right now position, saying that, man, I'm not going to listen to him. You know what I'm saying? So a lack of consistent male guidance, I do believe that is kind of like a skewed statement. You know what I mean? I'm pulling this information from what me talking to y'all too. You know what I mean? You know, so this is me talking against it. I believe that that's a skewed statement. Like I said, I can't speak on all y'all lives. I don't know if it is or if it isn't, but I knew growing up, you know what I'm saying? At times when my dad was busy, because I didn't grow up in the same house with my dad, and at times when he was busy because he had to work, and we have to understand that he's figuring out life too. The same way I'm trying to figure out life, so is my father. You know what I mean? So I can't be mad at him because he's not pouring into me at a time when he's trying to figure out how to keep himself afloat so that he can be able to help me. You know what I'm saying? So we have to have the patience with the older men to understand that this is not their second go round, their third go round. This is their first go round like it is for us. So if they trying to figure it out, if we're trying to figure it out, we have to also give them the patience to understand that they're trying to figure it out. They do have experience over us, you know what I'm saying? But life happens every day. They going through life every day, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I do believe, for the young brothers that believe that feel as though is a lack of consistent male guidance, it may not be in your home. It may not be the gentleman that come up to you all the time saying, yo, how you doing? But there's somebody in that area that you could just watch, and they getting up every day. They going to work every day. They coming home to their wife every day. They going home to their kids every day. You know what I'm saying? They making sure that their wife is good. They making sure that the kids is good. They might not be the one that's talking to you, but you are in eyesight to see what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes just watching is the best teacher, because I can watch the mistakes you make and understand not to do that. So, you know what I mean? We have to be wary and not nitpick at the examples that we have, because I'm pretty sure that there's some men around you, you know what I mean, that you have as examples. And even in this aspect of what we do right here with me and Iso doing this content creation, there are people that I deemed as, you know what I mean, mentors for me that don't even know me. I might just watch your content. I might read a book. You know what I mean? I might follow you on social media. And the things that you show help me in this space right here. So even if you got to go to social media and you got to delete all the distractions and follow the people that's putting out, you know what I mean, what it is that you need to fill that void rather than that negative content, then do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Those untouchable mentors that you never know that life might gravitate and bring y'all together, and you might just, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, I used to watch your stuff all the time, because we see stuff like that a lot. You know what I mean? Somebody like, yo, I watch this stuff all the time. I can't believe that I'm meeting you. So, you know what I mean? Use that right there. Dating pressure is way higher now. Social media shows perfect people, perfect bodies, and unrealistic lifestyles. Young men feel like they can't compete. When red pill content says the dating game is rigged, women don't want you unless you're rich, it becomes a simple explanation for complicated insecurity. It gives them a villain to blame instead of having to look at their own growth. This is true. And me and Iso actually talked on this. This is why you don't focus on that. You focus on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I jumped in this thing early. You know what I'm saying? I had my first child when I was 20. I was already in a relationship, you know what I mean? And got married early, you know what I mean, to my first wife at that time. If I could change, if I could do anything different, if I can go back in time and do anything different, it would be, I would focus more on me so that when I did choose to bring somebody into my life, I would be in a better position to help that person, and also if I had kids, to help them. You know what I mean? So right now, it's like I'm playing catch up. I'm playing catch up because once you bring somebody into your life and you're not fully committed on what you even want to do, you still have to spend time with that person because that is something that they want. You still have to be able to be, well, as a man, I'm gonna say this: you have to be in somewhat of a position to take care of that person. And I don't mean take care of that person as far as solely like I'm out here making sure you eating, but you still got to be in a position to, if they do fall on hard times, because you the man, like I said, this is just the role of the man. If they do fall on hard times, I can help you somewhat. You know what I'm saying? I can help you get out of that rut, so that if I'm dating you and we both in our late 20s, early 30s, and I'm still living with my mom, and your mom kick you out, what I'm gonna do? Bring you over to my mom's house? But if I'm at some point of stability, you know what I'm saying, in my mid 30s, late 30s, and I got my own spot, and you about to get evicted, I can be like, listen, come over here for a little while till you get on your feet. You know what I'm saying? Or you saved up a couple dollars, you like, listen, how much is it? I can help you out. I got a couple dollars saved up in my savings account. So, like I said, man, purpose over pussy. We should not be chasing women. Chase your purpose, and the woman to chase you. Just do what you got to do in life. Stay focused, 10 toes down. I know the distractions is out there. Listen, go on your social media, delete the things that's making you feel like I'm less than. Jealousy is the thief of joy. Jealousy is the thief of joy. So if you go on your social media and whatever apps you use and that's how you feel, delete those people. And there's nothing wrong for them because they're putting out their content for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But if it's making you reflect back on your life as I'm less than, or I'll never do this, or I can't do that, delete them. Right now, they not the people that you need to follow. You need to follow people that's aligned with you, that's motivating you, getting you, you know what I'm saying, waking up, feeling a certain type of way to attack the world. You know what I mean? We can't get mad at the people that's doing things because they talk to another group of people that's not us. You know what I'm saying? The person that wake up every day and he want to show his jewelry and his the Benz or the, you know what I mean, Rolls Royce or something, he talking to a group of people that's not me right now. And when I get to that level, then, you know what I'm saying, maybe I'll follow him again. But right now, if that content is making me feel like, yo, I'll never get that, or I wish I was, can't compare my life because I don't know what your starting point was. And my starting point, everybody has a different starting point. So, you know what I mean? You could have started at a point where your father's a multi-millionaire. You know what I mean? So for you to get from A to B was easier than me. I'm starting at a point where, you know what I'm saying, my family, I'm born into debt. So, you know what I mean? Be careful of the content that we take in, because it is damaging and it does become toxic. You know what I mean? Jealousy is the thief of joy. I'm sorry. I was on, I'm talking about that social media joint, but I'm talking about dating pressure is way higher now. You know what I'm saying? I'm mixing things up now, y'all. I'm sorry. Was I on that? Was I on that? Yeah, I am on. Dating pressure is way higher now. Social media shows perfect people. Oh yeah, I say that because, you know what I'm saying, you know, don't focus on women, focus on your own purpose. You know what I mean? Do that. So, dating pressure is higher. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, women do control the date, even though we have to pay for it. They do. So put yourself in a position where And I don't know why this is, but I'm gonna talk to the people, the young brothers that look like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk to the women and say, y'all shouldn't wanna do this, that, and the third. I'll let the woman that speak against that content say that. You know what I'm saying? For us, because this is what it is, put yourself in a position so that if you do have to go through those 50 first dates and it gotta be a 5-4-star restaurant, it's not hurting you. If you even want to participate in that, because I'm gonna say like this, you don't have to participate in that because there's a woman that will be happy with you saying like, let's go to the Cheesecake Factory. Let's go to Applebee's right now. It's a woman that's going to be perfectly happy with that. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even have to put yourself in the competition of that. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, purpose over pussy. Hurt people connect to hurt messages. Many young men get rejected, cheated on, or ignored. Instead of healing, the red pill community becomes a place to vent that pain. Hurt plus validity equals loyalty. These creators confirm the worst thoughts in their mind, which feels like relief at first, but it actually hardens that worldview, which is true. You know what I'm saying? I believe what was Big Bro saying? What was Iso saying? He said, I don't think he said commiserate. I think that might have been the word that he was using, commiserate, where, you know what I mean, we trauma bonded. You talking about your issues, I'm talking about my issues, and we just sitting here crying together. We trauma bonded. You know what I'm saying? And that is the commonality in me getting to know you. And because we trauma bond every time we meet, I learned this just in my work in the atmosphere, which is how I'm starting to handle things different. The way you meet somebody and the things that join y'all together, that's the conversations that y'all have. You know what I mean? So it's certain people that I might have been joking things about at the job, like, yeah, man, this, that, and the third. And now every time I talk to that person, that's the conversations that we have. Even though in my head, I'm like, yo, I don't even have these conversations all the time. At the time that I met this person, I was just joking about said situation or, you know what I mean, or such and such. And now this is the only thing that we talk about. So how you meet a person is how that relationship is built. So if I'm meeting you and I'm talking like, yo, man, such and such cheated on me. Oh, my God, my girl did this, man, my girl did that. You're like, my girl did this, my girl did that, too. Even to the point where one party gets better, and now they're at a point where, like, you know what? It really wasn't that bad. Maybe I need to take accountability because maybe it was my fault. Maybe I just vetted out the wrong person. You'll get to that point, and the other party won't even want to hear that because that's not how we met. I ain't meet you like this, you know what I'm saying? Being positive and good. I met you when we both was in the mud together, you know what I'm saying? Talking about the worst against these women. So, hurt people do connect, you know what I'm saying? And when they messages align. And I would say that this is something, shout out to you, I mean, this is something that I'm going to say like this. Iso is great at this. Isolation. It's crazy that his name is Iso, right? He is great at that isolation. Like, he can go into his joint and be comfortable by himself and don't worry about nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing. I'm talking about, like, don't have to worry about what's going on this week. Man, I'm focused on me right now. Like, now ain't the time for me to even do this. Even bring a woman into my life because I'm focused on the grind that I got to go through. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to be comfortable like that. I'm going to say like this. This no lie. I'm not that comfortable with just being isolated by myself. I'm an extrovert. I like being around people. So I have to be careful of the people that I share my energy with. You know what I'm saying? In that aspect, if you that type of person, when you feel like you have to be around people, you just have to be careful of the people that you start to share your energy with because their energy is going into you and I'm not going into you, pause, but their energy is being shared with your energy, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want that to bring you down. You linking up with somebody and you don't even know every time you walk away from them, you mad, you upset. You don't even know why. Yo, every time I walk away from such and such, I get mad and I'm in here, I'm upset, or I'm starting to reflect on things that I don't got or where I'm not at, rather than where I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to do. So be careful of the people that, you know what I'm saying, you share your time with. You know what I mean? Because that definitely is a true statement, man. Hurt people connect to hurt messages. We got the content is packaged in confidence, not conversation. Red pill influencers speak with certainty, authority, aggression, and absolute. I know the truth energy. Young men gravitate towards confidence because they lack it. The tone becomes more attractive than the message, which is totally true. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this is one thing Big Bro speak on against that as well. A lot of these men that's talking to y'all, have not been in numerous relationships to even know what they're talking about. But because they do speak with the confidence, they speak with the authority, we don't question it. You know what I'm saying? We sit here, we listen to them, and because they might be there with a nice little suit on, everything is clean, the aesthetic of something that you like, yo, I can see myself, or I would like to look like that. We look at that, you know what I'm saying, and we take that example as this person must have the knowledge of, or they must know because they look like they do. And even in this era of all this information, we question nothing. Whatever you speak through this microphone to somebody, if they listen to it and they like it, they're going to take it for naught, and they never going to question you at all. And they'll show up every time, you know what I'm saying, for the next message, which is very dangerous, man. Listen, question everything. Question everything. Y'all got information at y'all fingertips. You know what I mean? And I know they say sometimes too much of a good thing is a bad thing. But listen, use the advantages that you have. If these guys getting out here, man, and they saying this, you know how they say when you go to the doctor, get a second opinion? Get a second opinion. You know what I'm saying? If you telling me woman is this, woman is that, woman is this, even if I got to search your background, you know what I'm saying? If I got to look you up and see what you doing, because I can guarantee you, a lot of these content creators get to a high plateau, and they'll have another content creator talking about their content, you know what I mean, against their content or against them. So, you know what I mean? The truth may get exposed in that. This content creators that speak on things like men should not be with women that have kids, and then next thing you know, you find out, oh, you with somebody that got kids. You know what I'm saying? But you telling me not to do something that you doing because it's profitable to you. You speaking to me, you know what I'm saying, for the profit gain, not for me, I mean the gain of me becoming a better person. So just because a person comes out here and speaks with clarity, certainty, authority, and, you know what I'm saying, a certain level of aggression does not mean that they right. You know what I mean? Question everything. Question everything, man. You know what I'm saying? It gives them an identity. A lot of young men feel lost. The Red Pill community gives them a label, a belief system, a group, a mission. That type of belonging is powerful. Even if it's harmful, it feels like brotherhood, which is true. Because, like I always like to say, the content within the content is the messages. You know what I mean? So when you go into these videos and you see, you know what I mean, people just conversating with each other, they're building a community of like-minded people because we all went through the same thing. So this is my community. This is my world right here. And if we're all confirming what said person is saying, then it reaffirms with me that I'm in the right place. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm lost. I'm looking for somewhere to go. I'm looking for a home. You know what I mean? Like I said before in the first one, I feel invisible. But these people are talking a language that I understand. They're going through the same. So these people are going through the same thing that I'm going through. You know what I mean? They're experiencing life the same way that I'm experiencing it. So I found my group. I found my identity. Even though this thing doesn't, you know what I mean, speak to you. You know what I mean? Everything that somebody throws on you is not who you are. You know what I mean? Every identity, they don't do this in school now, but when we was young, we would go there, and I believe the school counselor would give you like this employment assessment, right? You know what I mean? To try to help direct you when you grow up to what you want to be. And you go in there, you're going to be a trash man. You're going to be this and you're going to be that. The assessment that they give me, that don't identify me. That's what you think I am from what I showed you. But that don't identify me. That's not who I am. So there are these false brotherhoods, you know what I'm saying? Because the content within the content of the messages is someplace that I feel comfortable and I can talk to people that's going through the same thing. Algorithms feed what causes the strongest reaction. Content that triggers anger or shock spreads faster. The algorithm pushes it because it keeps people watching. Young men who watch one frustrated dating video suddenly get flooded with women are the problem, men need to fight back, the game is rigged. Before they know it, their whole feed is red pill, which is true. You know what I'm saying? The algorithm is a tool to keep you on whatever app that you're on. And if it see that you like something, oh, you like this. Because trust me, the algorithm is so intricate, it can observe how long you watch said video and link certain videos to match that, you know what I'm saying, within that time frame. Like you could watch like let's say this just was a short right here. If I was on here and you just watched this short for like 15 minutes, right? But let's say it was a 20, 30-minute short. It'll go through and just break down the short to see, well, he watched a short that had a decoration on the joint on the middle of the table. Let's pull up other videos like that. He had a 76ers hat on. Let's pull up other videos like that. It's going to keep breaking down similar things that was in said video until it locks your attention in and you start to watch full reels at a time. Because like, all right, we broke down all of the intricate things that was in that video to find out what you like. Now we found out what you like and we got you. You know what I'm saying? So if you go through a video, like I said, and it's a video of, you know what I mean, dating is this, and you watch the whole video, the algorithm like, oh, you like this type of content. Because even if you only watch 10 seconds of that content, it's going to look at it like, all right, he watched 10 seconds of that content. What was within that 10 seconds that other videos have similarities to that we can show them until we can find this a video or videos that they're going to watch, they're going to consume the whole thing of. So that's what the algorithm is, man. The algorithm is very detailed, that is going to break down everything within that video and show you other similar videos until it finds out this is what you got. You know what I'm saying? So there definitely is an agenda. You know what I'm saying? We say an agenda, but the algorithm is a business tool. It's a business tool to keep you on this app as long as possible. Because if you don't watch that, let's just say we speaking against the dating thing. If you just happen to watch cats, you know what I'm saying? It's going to feed you that. So it's hard. We say it's an agenda, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the easiest thing to say. But the algorithm is a business tool to keep you locked on this app as long as possible. To keep you distracted here so that we can feed you these advertisements of the people that's going to help, you know what I'm saying, make us more money. That's what it is, man. The algorithm is that tool. This right here is, it's easier to blame a group than fix yourself. Taking accountability is hard. Saying women are the problem is easier than saying I need to grow. Red pill content gives you the shortcut explanation, even though that shortcut leads nowhere, which is true. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if I'm telling you, if I done been with 10 women and I'm telling you all 10 of these women is the problem and I didn't do anything, that should be a red flag right there. That's the problem right there. I've been with 10 women and all of these 10 women was the problem and it wasn't me. You know what I mean? Even if I'm saying that, even in my selection of these 10 women wasn't the problem. Come on now. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? We do have to understand that, man, accountability is very hard. But once you get to that point of understanding, like, I'm trying to think. Because I read this book, I'm trying to think of the, I can't even think of the author's name. It is a very popular guy. Y'all know, like, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we still use the phrases now, like he said, like 10X. But I can't think of it. But how he, in the book, basically, he explained that he has the accountability to understand that everything that happens within his day is his fault. Even if he leaves and he gets into an accident where another person drives into him. Because his mindset is, if I'd have just left 5 minutes earlier, I wouldn't have been at this point to have this accident. If I would have made that right at the corner before this to go to work, I wouldn't have been at this point to have this accident. So you have to understand that this is why I do believe in full accountability. Because if I'm going to tell you I can't control the losses, then I can't control the wins. I can't even take credit for the wins because that means that just randomly happened because I don't control it. The losses is not on me, so the wins can't be on me either. So you got to take full accountability to understand that I control my life and things may be bad right now, but I can definitely control it to turn it around and make things good. So, you know what I'm saying? We definitely got to take full accountability. Masculinity is confused today. Today's young men get told be confident, but not too confident. Be emotional, but don't be too emotional. Be a leader, but don't be controlling. So when a red pill content gives simple, strict rules of masculinity, it feels like clarity. Even if the rules are extreme, young men cling to them. This is exactly true, man. It's a fine balance, you know what I'm saying, in life that you have to carry it out. Of being confident, you know what I'm saying, and them not observing it as cocky. Being emotional, but as a man still being stoic enough to know that I'm emotional in my family and with my kids enough to tell them, I'm saying, when things go wrong. But I'm gonna say like this is no lie. I'm not emotional to the point where I'm just like crying in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I think because they have this outlook of me that I think that if I was to break down in front of them, they would lose it. Like, yo, if he don't know what to do, if he going through this, then we gonna be lost. So there definitely is a fine line, but I mean, in between that. And you know what I'm saying? Even though the red pill does give strict, simplistic, you know what I'm saying, I guess you can say directions, does not mean that, you know what I'm saying, they're correct. Does not mean that it's the correct thing for you to do, you know what I'm saying? So the clarity that we believe that we're getting from this, because we're getting these basic, you know what I'm saying, instructions, still, you know what I mean, it's not going to put you in a point of prosperity. It's not positive, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes the best things in life are the things you got to figure out. You know what I mean? That's worthwhile for figuring out. Listen, those of y'all that know that rock with me, man, y'all know I like playing the game. So when I play the game, you know, you might play the game on the hardest difficult because you just went the fulfillment of saying, I did it. Yo, I did it. I beat it on hard. I ain't playing on easy. So that's life sometimes. Just the fulfillment of saying, I figured this out. This part right here, I figured it out. And I could put this to the side. I can move the next thing up, and I'm trying to figure that. Because life is about figuring things out until you're not here no more. You never gonna get to the point to say I got everything figured out. So just figure out those fine lines within that, man. And you know what I mean, that balance that comes with that. It feels like empowerment at first. The content makes young men feel stronger, smarter, in control, aware, not getting played again. The initial hit of empowerment is addictive, but long term it becomes bitterness disguised as strength, which is true. Like, yo, that's crazy. I don't even need to like go into any depth. That was broke that down simple, like right there. But that is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You begin to feel empowered because now you don't feel alone. I'm in this community, and you know what I mean? We know how we are. Listen, I act a totally different way if I'm out here with, you know what I mean, with the bros rather than if I'm by myself. If I'm out here and there's a couple of us, you know what I'm saying? Your bravado, your chest stick out a little more because, you know what I mean, it's not just me. I got the backing of my people too. But when you by yourself, you know, you kind of tuck your tail in between your legs and you handle things differently. Not to say, that was just an example, not to say to do that, but it does feel empowering because now you found a community of people that's aligned with you. You know what I mean? Even though you can still be going in the wrong direction with a group of people. Just because we all going this way, and this is the people that I found going this way, don't mean that we all going the right way. We can all just be going in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand that right there. Man. That was the last one that I had on there, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen. To the young brothers, man, that's going through this, man, life is about choices, right? And we have the autonomy of making the correct choices or the wrong choices. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this: question everything. You know what I'm saying? Because to speak in absolutes, to say that one side of the party is always wrong and another side of the party is always right because they put me through said thing, that's never right. You know what I mean? So as long as, you know what I mean, Ern and Iso out here, man, we will always speak against this content because we know of the damage and how detrimental it is, you know what I'm saying, for the next generation up. We don't come out here, you know what I'm saying, on some old money ploy, because I'm going to tell you like this: if you start to get into content creation, you understand, listen, if I want to get to the bag faster, all I got to do is stir up y'all emotions. I can get out here and say the craziest of things because people gravitate towards that. It just is what it is, man. So don't think that we out here, you know what I mean, this is a money ploy for us. This is generally how we live. You know what I'm saying? It's not pretty. It's not the best, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell y'all like this: the best way to avoid, you know what I mean, getting caught up into this type of content, focus on self, learn a trade, get caught up in that, you know what I'm saying? Let that trade become something that helps take you around the world, wherever it be. If it's your neighborhood, and if it's you going on a couple of flights, let that trade be something that opens up the world to you. You know what I'm saying? Because the world is bigger than your neighborhood. The world is bigger than your block. So if you're going to HVAC, if you're going for electrical, if you're going for plumbing, Whatever you're going, if you're going for real estate, whatever you're going for, you know what I'm saying? Accounting is a gang of things, a whole conglomerate of things. Whatever you're going for, do that, man. Get deep into that and let that thing guide you as it should be. You know what I'm saying? For you to have the best life that you can have. We always want to speak against this. You know what I'm saying? So, with that said, man, y'all know what we do. It's the Ern and Iso show, and we out. Peace.